Oh my goodness. Everyone, stop whatever you're doing right now because we need to talk about the absolutely shocking drama that's unfolding in the world of Cardi B. Just when we thought we had finally figured out what was happening between her and Offset, something completely unexpected has come to light that's turning everything upside down. And trust me, this story has more twists and turns than a soap opera. Let me spill this piping hot tea that's got everyone talking. Word on the street, and multiple sources are confirming this, is that Cardi B secretly went under the knife again after having her third child, allegedly in an attempt to keep Offset interested. But here's where things get really messy. The surgery reportedly didn't go as planned. In fact, sources are saying it got botched. And as if that wasn't dramatic enough, Offset himself might have just thrown the shadiest of shade at her over this whole situation. Now, let's break this down piece by piece, because there are so many layers to this story that we need to unpack everything carefully. First, we need to talk about how Cardi's been handling her latest split from Offset because it's all connected and the plot just keeps thickening. Remember how Cardi's been playing it super cool since filing for divorce last year, walking around like she's living her best life, unbothered and thriving? Well, here's the tea. Fans are now completely convinced that it's all just an elaborate act because she's still not over Offset. And honestly, can we really blame people for thinking that? I mean, let's look at the receipts. This isn't her first time at the divorce rodeo. She's actually filed twice before, and both times she ended up taking him back. Think about it. This is the same woman who literally told us all to mind our business because Offset was her baby daddy and she didn't want to start fresh with someone new. Those were her exact words. Sure, right now she's putting on this whole independent woman living my best life show, but we've literally seen this exact same scenario play out before. That's precisely why everyone's thinking that everything she's been doing lately, from all the wild partying to her very public situation with Stefon Diggs, is actually just an elaborate plan to make Offset jealous enough to come crawling back to her. But hold on to your seats because we're just getting started. The real bombshell that's got everyone talking is how Cardi might have secretly gone under the knife since having the baby. And let me tell you, people are noticing some serious changes in her appearance. Have you seen how different her body looks lately? The changes are so noticeable that even casual observers are doing double takes. She recently posted this super interesting picture with a caption that raised more than a few eyebrows. She wrote, "I don't understand how I'm losing weight everywhere but my face." And honey, that got people's detective skills working overtime. Then there's this now infamous video of her twerking at a Super Bowl party that had social media in absolute meltdown. The internet literally exploded with reactions. One particularly passionate fan didn't hold anything back, posting this scorching tweet: "The fact Cardi B really did that to her body is pissing me off, like y'all got to start loving yourselves, ladies. No way she should have eat her ish up like that, and she really thinks that ish look good too, shaking my head. It don't, Cardi, you still be a little bit, but you blew it." Now, before we go any further, we need to take a deep dive into Cardi's history with plastic surgery because this story goes way deeper than you might think. This isn't just about vanity or trying to look good for the gram. There's actually a really emotional backstory here that explains so much about why she's made the choices she has. Growing up, Cardi was surrounded by very specific beauty standards that shaped her entire perception of what it meant to be beautiful. In her neighborhood, having curves wasn't just something nice to have, it was practically a requirement. Imagine being the skinny girl in an environment where fuller figures were celebrated and considered the absolute pinnacle of beauty. That was Cardi's reality, and it affected her in ways that would influence her decisions for years to come.
Realities that they praise thick girls, that they praise thighs, they praise all of that, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to just be like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna walk around my flat ass. No. Some of y'all happy with it, and that's great, but that just wasn't me when I was young, so.
But the story takes an even more intense turn when we talk about what happened once she started working as an exotic dancer. Now, Cardi's always been incredibly real about her past. She's never tried to hide or sugarcoat this part of her life, but being naturally skinny in the club scene, that was more than just a confidence issue. It was literally affecting her ability to make a living. The harsh reality was that the dancers making the serious money were the ones with the curves that customers preferred, and Cardi, being naturally slim, found herself at a significant disadvantage. This wasn't just about looking good, this was about survival and making enough money to support herself. So, by the time she turned 18, she had managed to save up enough money for her very first procedure, breast augmentation. Finally, she started feeling more confident. But here's the thing about plastic surgery that nobody really talks about. It's incredibly addictive. Either you get used to the changes and start wanting more, or you need regular touch-ups to maintain what you've already done. Between her deep-rooted insecurities and working in an industry where your appearance directly affected your income, it wasn't long before Cardi started considering more procedures. Even with her enhanced assets, she was still making significantly less money than the curvier dancers. The main issue? She still had a flat behind, and in her line of work, that was literally leaving money on the table.
And everything, like, I had the bomb tattoos, I had a 6-pack, I could do a whole split, everything, but not split, but I could do crazy pole tricks, all that shit. But I was missing some and
now, here's where the story takes an absolutely heartbreaking turn that really shows just how desperate she was feeling. While all this was happening, Cardi was dealing with some serious relationship drama that just made everything so much worse. Her boyfriend at the time cheated on her, and this is the kicker, with a girl who had a bigger butt. Can you even imagine what that did to her already fragile self-esteem? When you're already feeling insecure about your body, something like that just confirms your worst fears and deepest insecurities. This was the final push that made Cardi decide she absolutely had to get her butt done. But here comes the scary part. As a 20-year-old living in New York, she couldn't afford to go to a licensed plastic surgeon. And because she was naturally skinny, she didn't even have enough fat for a proper transfer procedure. So what did she do? She made what could have been a fatal decision. She went to a woman named Donna Francis for illegal silicone shots. For just $800, she got injections in both her butt and thighs. Now, let me tell you about Donna Francis, because this woman's story is absolutely chilling. Her illegal silicone business eventually came to a tragic end after one of her patients died during a procedure. She ended up in prison. Looking back, Cardi has admitted it was an enormous risk. But at the time, she felt so desperate that she was willing to take that chance. Thankfully, Cardi survived the procedure, but the experience was absolutely horrific. In her interview with GQ magazine, she described it in terrifying detail. "They don't numb your butt with anything. It was the craziest pain ever. I felt like I was going to pass out. I felt a little dizzy, and it leaks like for 5 days after." After that traumatic experience, Cardi actually took a break from surgeries, at least for a while. But in 2019, after giving birth to her daughter Kulture, she decided to go back under the knife for another boob job and liposuction. But here's where her celebrity status actually worked against her. Being one of the biggest female rappers in the world means you're always on the go, always performing, always in the spotlight. She didn't give herself nearly enough time to recover properly. She kept performing until her doctors literally had to force her to stop. The pictures that surfaced of her swollen feet from the lipo were absolutely shocking. They looked painful just to look at. This experience actually scared her enough to make her swear off surgery, leading her to declare, "I've been working out for the past couple of weeks because I ain't getting surgery again." And for a while, she really did stick to that promise. When she decided she wanted to change her nose, she initially tried the non-surgical route with fillers instead of going under the knife. But that ended up being a case of good intention, bad execution. The fillers changed her nose shape in ways she absolutely hated, so she ended up getting a full rhinoplasty anyway.
Sometimes I like my baby post-up body, and sometimes I don't like it because I feel like my thighs got a little bit saggier and my stomach. I think I need a tummy tuck, but I don't want to like cut myself from here to here. But I'll be more snatched like this. Oh, I want to be like this. But I just don't like this extra little skin, and it's not. I am a little, I'm a little heavier than usual, but I don't like it. I want to get rid of it. Like, I think wavy, like, did me wrong. So I cannot wait to put out this song and do more things so I could get the fuck out and do my fucking surgery. I'm over it. Me and surgery goes together bad.
But now we're getting to the really juicy part of the story. After having her son wave in 2021, Cardi was completely open about wanting a tummy tuck to deal with the loose skin, which honestly is totally understandable after having a baby. But that's not what got people talking. What really set social media on fire was her noticeably bigger behind. In a video she posted last year, people couldn't help but notice how much larger it looked. With her tiny waist, the proportions looked, well, let's just say they raised some questions.
After I gave birth to my son, my was huge. And the reason why my was so huge because I almost gained 20. And you already know my already have some. August, I did surgery because a lot of people thought that as soon as I gave birth, I got my body done. No, I didn't. In August, I did surgery and I removed 95% of my body. Of course, right? They took it out of me, but they still had to shape my butt because they took a lot of ass shots out. So my butt is a little fluffy now.
And now these rumors are back with a vengeance. The word on the street is that she got more work done, but this time things didn't go according to plan. And guess who's adding fuel to this already blazing fire? None other than Offset himself. Right when everyone was buzzing about Cardi's alleged botched surgery, he decided to get messy and posted this super shady picture of a woman with post-surgical swelling on her face. You know, the kind of swelling you get when you're recovering from plastic surgery. The timing was way too perfect to be a coincidence, and fans immediately caught what he was trying to do, throwing major shade at Cardi's reportedly botched body. But here's what everyone's dying to know. Is Cardi really botched, or are people just being overly critical and trying to tear down a successful woman? And what's the deal with Offset being so shady about it? Is he really trying to humiliate the mother of his children on social media, or is there more to this story that we don't know about yet? And the biggest question of all, is this whole plastic surgery situation somehow connected to their relationship drama? Is Cardi really trying to win him back, or is she genuinely done this time? The plot just keeps getting thicker, and we're here for every single twist and turn. One thing's for sure, this story is far from over, and knowing these two, there's probably even more drama brewing behind the scenes that hasn't come to light yet. What do you think about all of this? Is there more to the story than meets the eye? Are people being too hard on Cardi, or does she need to stop with the surgeries? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to check out our next video for more explosive celebrity tea.